Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Siege. In the last episode, we went through the crypts and we defeated the monsters, and we got ourselves a new companion, which I have set to our melee fighters. So yeah, now before we leave the script, I want to change our character orders. Now, melee fighters should be attack freely and engage. No, attack freely and move freely. This will let them pursue enemies and attack enemies. They can follow their enemies further. Engage is where character can follow in the enemy, but your character stays in the vicinity to pursue the enemy. And the hold ground is character will not follow enemies. I have already gone through these in the first episode, so I will only go through this. Attack freely, the character can attack any enemy. Defend, character does not attack but only fights back. I generally don't find any use for defend. You should always use attack freely, in my opinion. Unless you are healer, then you should use hold fire, which then means you will not attack any enemy. So I want her to be move freely, attack freely, and mine will be all ground, attack freely, and target closest. Now we have gotten our formations ready. Let's just go. In the beginning, I think I'm going to be the main target because she's weaker than me. Now you could just go follow the path, but you get some experience by going to the side because there are enemies here. Now the AI is not great. Sometimes your friends will just not attack at all and act strangely. So you just have to manually click on them, but for most of it, it's not that big of a deal. Now here is a trouble for most people in the hardest difficulty, for me at least. But this is the black shrub. You will most likely take a lot of damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Holy shit. Oh, I did not mean to swear. I blur it out, okay? You will not have to deal with my swearing. Actually, I could just heal myself and let her do the fighting. Yeah. No. Don't do that. Okay, let's do that. That button means they won't follow you. So she will go here and fight, and I will be... Ooh, I almost died there. I was not prepared for that. And I will just stand here healing myself. Yeah, there we go. Nice work. So that was not as big of a pain as I remember, but probably because I was playing a mage as well. Mages are usually very handy because healing, and nature mages are useful for healing and summoning and buffs. But combat magic are the main power source of the mages. They do so much damage, it's insane. While not my most fun class in my opinion, you should definitely give it a try if you can. Attack that one. I should probably make her follow me again. Yeah. Or I should be... Ah! There we go. Now heal yourself. You have to be very important because your characters can fall unconscious, but if the red bar goes high enough, you saw with Ulora, and they still continue to attack, they will most likely die unless you can't heal themselves with a spell or something. Now, what did we get? Forest Axe. She's not going to use two-handed weapon. She's going to be our tank, so we need to get a shield for her. Shields are generally useless without melee weapon, one-handed weapons. I'm not sure about if they're magical. If you have a magical shield, if you have a magical shield, if the effect still applies without a one-handed weapon, but the armor does not, at least. I could equip her with a. Uh-oh, that's not good. So which one has the lowest enemy? This game is also very easy to control your characters. You can just pause for a moment also and just think. So I think I wanna attack the one in the back, but I think I'm gonna heal instead. That failed miserably. And come on, it's almost dead. I can do it. Like I said, the AI is not the greatest, but it's not total dog shit. You would still find useful having multiple characters. Some formations are better suited for different situations. You might need a small, tight formation to maneuver through narrow passages. To cycle through different formations, press and hold the right mouse button and then left click. Ooh. To adjust formation spacing, press and hold the right mouse button and then rotate the mouse wheel. To adjust the formation orientation, press and hold the right mouse button and then move the mouse left or right. Some enemies should only be taken one by one. For example, the grunts. They will do very much damage. Oh, she got a mana potion. I don't think you need to worry about these because they use not strong weapons. You'll most likely find it very easy because, yeah, they don't do a lot of damage to me. And here, the shaman can revive people because he have fallen comrades beside him. So you should generally try to take out the people that can revive first, and then after you will take out the warriors or archers or whatever it might be you're facing. Nothing there. This tower you will also find some good things for your characters. Oh boy. Oh, that was so close. No! Now, the bad thing about someone killing off your characters is because he will most likely... The inventory will be a mess, and you have to rearrange everything. But that was our first death, but it's not as horrible as a Morrowind episode, where we died in the second, and then we died in the third one, and we died in the fourth one. Wait, fourth one episode, that was... No, don't you come anywhere near me, my good sir. Fourth episode was... I can't remember. Wait, yeah, we did the raiding tombs. Oh, I remember. Now the pain in the butt is in the start. You don't have really any resurrect scrolls. So I have to redo every single thing because I did not save. Okay, give me a moment. I will skip until I have redone it. We are back. So I defeated the Krug Lord. We did not get as good loot from him, but it was good enough. I mean, 21 to health. Who would be dumb enough to say hello to that? So yeah. Now, I don't think this area is particularly hard. If you are trying this game, do not be fooled by how hard it seems. Like I said many times, I have been playing this game on the hardest difficulty, and I do not want to off-put any people that still have not played Dungeon Siege under 17 years. It's a great game and everyone should try it out, in my opinion. If you don't like it, you have at least tried that style of game, and you can feel at least somewhat respected in the Dungeon Siege community before you comment on stuff and don't get called a retard. Uh-oh, this is not gonna end great. No, I knew it. It's ridiculous. It does so much damage. You should always make sure at least in the beginning, your main character is the one getting attacked, because you are the strongest in the group in the beginning. This is not good. Oh, I forgot to save as well. When I've taken care of these boys, I will... Scheiße. This is not good. How many grunts have we after us? 5! It's ridiculous. Stop this, boys. Do not do this, or I will call the police. Or the town guard. I think he will attack me, so it should be safe to proceed forward with him. No, I knew it. I will save in case he decides to attack her. Okay, we are fine. Now, you should never save in combat, even though I do it in Morrowind, and I did this once now here, but you should never do it, because you can be get in a situation where you're just so stuck and cannot get yourself free from it. Yeah, boy, ease. Now I think we should be able. She should be able to carry stuff. So we're gonna grab the equipment here, and then we're gonna go down around the wheel cart and save. Ah, they have fancy wheel carts around the 11th century. Now, Flash is one good, I mean 20 to 25, but I think the deep damage per second is still better with Sap, because as you go on, the spells will become slower, generally, but it will also become more powerful. And I think it balances out, actually, because spells are not that OP in the end. And wow, she is almost halfway to 11. I'm proud of you. Ow. Imagine an arrow killing your character and you have not saved 2 hours. That would be so awkward. But also so rage influencing. There are not as many grunts here, I know for a fact, but those that are here will probably kill you. Now, scouts, if you get swarmed by scouts in this point, you don't really need to worry, because they're not really that strong. Even for her, which is like, she's 10 in everything. So you definitely don't need to worry about if multiple scouts are attacking you. Rep mana. Are there any more grunts? I know that's a boss. Okay, there's a grunt. And the scouts are following. And there are one more grunt. That's not a good sign. Now wait. Oh. I could use the bow on her, Ulora. To make... Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't think I will be going any way around him. Let the grunt come first. The annoying part is when they attack someone you don't want to be attacked, just because it seems they want you to rage. 48, yeah, her weapon is not dealing a lot of damage to him, since my spells is doing more of the works. Oh wait, I can take out the grunt. Okay, that was a risky move, but that proved itself worthwhile. I hope you like me as much. Now that is a weird glitch I have never encountered before. But I guess it's Windows 10. No, I'm running on Windows 7, so of course things are gonna happen. And I know Windows support will no longer work next year, but I think Windows 7 is better than 10. I found its user face way better and way nicer to the eyes. Windows 10 is just all sharp, and it's not for me. But in my opinion, of course, Windows XP is the best still. Now here is a powerful buckler to melee characters, but unfortunately Laura can't use it. But she can put that in the spellbook so she gets more space. Wonderful. Now you will also notice a minor day and night cycle in this game. It's not really huge because all it gets is like, it looks like sunsets and sun, and when the sun is rising, which is dawn. And then it's just in the middle of the day, and that's about it. It doesn't look like much of a day and night cycle, but I guess it's there, so I should be happy. So here are 2 crates. Health potions, wonderful. Every single bit of health potions you can get without buying them is wonderful, because you're gonna spend a lot of money in this first town on getting companions that will help fight for you. Wow, I increased in dexterity. Now I should also be increasing strength pretty soon. That's a barrel. You can easily miss some of these crates if this was your first playthrough. They're well hidden. But I think it was a smart move, but by making things transparent when you walk near them. And oh my gosh, Krug scouts are coming for us. I guess we should take care of them first before they don't come here apparently. I think it's safe then. Now here's another scrub, so you can disengage follow mode, make one of you be the target, and then, oh, that was not the intention, and the other run behind, like this. Now this strategy can work with most enemies, because they only focus on one character at a time, unless it's an area of effect spell, which are not really common in this game. Even for spells you can get, it's not really that common. Now here comes the fun part, oh boy. So many Krugs. Like Krug heavens if you like them. Yeah. I'm surprised because we did pick up some stuff in the cave, but apparently we did not get a lot of loot this time, which is I found very weird. But then again, I did use transmute a couple of times, so it might be. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are trapped. How do I think I want to get Alora out of here first. She is the most vulnerable. I should probably not have done that. Okay, I think I want to get her out of the combat vicinity. Then I want to get... I think I want her to be the target now, until they decide to attack me. Okay, great. Oh, this was perhaps not so great. No, it was not. Now you have to be careful now, because there is... Laura's weaker than you. She starts in 10 in everything, but she have 1 in every skill, so she have a... Now, if all your character goes unconscious, they will not go unconscious. They will all permanently die. Well, not permanently if you have a save game, but you get the idea. You will not be able to just hope that they wake up, because they will be dead, all of them. No matter how red their portraits were before the last character went unconscious. Uh-oh, there is a shaman. But I don't think it's be too much of a problem. He probably won't go back behind the house and resurrect the comrade there, because he is on the road. I'm probably like 25 minutes in now. Yeah. Oh no, more grunts. I thought we were home free. Oh my, we were so close. You got to be kidding me. Oh well, we just finish off these flies. And we go into town. Wow, she's almost 11. I'm proud of you, Alora. You have done much work. So, what would I want to keep when we sell? That one I will keep. That one. I think any magical items at least I want to keep. Now this is also a downside, because once you have taken care of your enemies, they most likely will, your character will still most likely still stay down, and you have to wait for them when you don't have a healing spell. So healing spells, every character should be a mandatory, even if you're not a mage. Okay, let's heal yourself, Yariana, and let's watch another cutscene. Further information about stats, skill, combat, and spells can be found in this handbook. Although this handbook will no longer pop up with reminders and tips, you can open the handbook at any time by pressing F12. Oh, it paused the game. Now that was the same mission, so you could just skip through it. But before next tip. As you use weapons and skills, your skill increase. You can track your experience in the character panel in the inventory. The stats, strength, dexterity, and intelligence will increase depending on what skill you use. Although each skill, melee, ranged, or magic, increases one stat more than the other two, all of your stats will increase as you use any skill. Melee skills increases your strength at the fastest rate, while range skill increases dexterity. Nature and combat magic skills both increases your intelligence faster than strength or dexterity. As you achieve the next level in a skill, your health and mana are fully recharged. So this is basically what I covered about the game mechanics in episode 1. But let's read all the last tips. Strength is most important for a fighter. Heavy weapons and armor require strong heroes to wield them. Strength determines how much health you have and increases melee damage. Dexterity is most important for an archer. Powerful bows require nimble heroes to wield them. It increases accuracy with ranged weapons, assists in hitting with melee weapons, and adds a bonus to your armor rating. Intelligence is most important for a mage. Only the very intelligent will be able to expertly use arcane equipment and mighty spells. Intelligence is important for determining the current level of mana. Next tip. Armor can deflect potential damage. Every time you or an adversary is hit, some of the potential damage is blocked by the available armor, be it a scaly hide or a suit of mail. For example, if you wield a low damage weapon like a dagger and your adversary is wearing armor like chainmail, you will not be able to inflict very much damage. If you have a higher damage weapon like a double-bladed battle axe, you can be sure that your weapon will penetrate all but the sturdiest armor. As you use spells, your nature and combat magics will increase along with your statistics, particularly intelligence. The more intelligent you are, the larger your reserve of mana. Most spells require certain levels of magic skill to cast them. As you cast spells and your magic skill increases, spells will become more powerful. So, like I said before, it's just things we covered in episode 1 when I explained all and or most at least of the game mechanics.
With only a name given by a dying friend, our beleaguered hero entered the battle-worn gates of Stonebridge. Who could know then that the arrival of one humble farmer from the fields would change the very course of the kingdom?
Welcome to Stonebridge. Hello, guard. Welcome to Stonebridge, stranger. You fought your way past all those croc. I guess the mob that blew through here last night must have moved on to the farmlands. Well, they did, and you did nothing about it. You have to forgive this mess. We're still recovering from the last wave of crowd that broke through the gates. I think most of the shops are still open for business, but they won't have much left after the looting. Hello, are you Gyorn?
If you've come looking for help, you'll not get much here. What the Krug couldn't carry off in a wagon, they smashed up or burned. They even put Gravemaker, my blessed old catapult, to the torch, even though that beauty hasn't thrown a stone since I was a pup. It don't take a wizard to smell the goblins behind this Krug raid, but the Overseer of Glacier needs to be told what happened here nonetheless. If you're up for the task, can I come along?
Sure, why not?
Aye, I knew you'd be the right sort for this trek. Well met, friend.
So, let's read your journal. We have done that. Chapter 2, everybody. Deliver Gyorn's report to the Overseer in Glacier. We will do that. At first we will have to talk to the townsfolk. Whoever taught those stupid crook how to raise skeletons and set fire to good people's homes should be put to the 10 stone for what they did. As if the raid weren't bad enough, this Kroglan vermin had brought those terrible insects from the mountain. Well, you have to complain about everything. At least you have some buildings left. Just ask people to if you could sleep in them. I'm sure you as a townsfolk should be very happy to help others. You're the first farmer to come to our mill since those terrible Krugs started their rampage. Oh, but you aren't coming to deliver grain, are you? If it's as bad as they say in the farmlands, we are in for some hard times ahead. I want to listen more. Since the Krug made off with most of our food stores and the farmers aren't delivering their grain to the mill, we won't be able to feed ourselves for more than a week at best. I tried to get to the beach to catch some fish, but it looks like the Krug left behind some of those terrible scrubs. I petitioned the guard captain to help clear the beach, but he doesn't seem to understand how much trouble we are in and doesn't want to remove any guards from the gates until they are repaired. I could never do it, but if you're brave and think you can clear off the beach, it will mean a lot to the townspeople. Well, I will try to do it. Let's close the door. I love the sound, attention to detail If you listen closely, you hear the sound of the grain mill. Now I can just lower the sound so you can hear. You hear it? You probably will. Let's put the music up again. It's wonderful. You don't have books, okay. Hello, Captain. You're safe enough for here now. I think the Krug have a bad taste after the slaughter we handed them last night. Okay. The ruins of Wursing Cross. Now the things she mentioned in there, it's an optional quest that does not appear in the journal. But you get some good loot down there, so it's worth checking out. Why the Krug thought they would find magical artifacts in Stonebridge is beyond me. They came through breaking everything that didn't look magical and stealing everything that did. It was horrible. A few pitchforks and rake handles aren't reason enough to put all of Stonebridge to the 10 stone. Gresh say burn, Gresh say smash. If I ever found out who Gresh is, there will be some smashing and burning, alright. Well, Mara, I don't think it will be a good idea if you do it. Black Hammer Forge. Hello.
Too much fuss and bother, this talk about the Krug. True, they've made a mess of things, but you need look no further than old-fashioned greed to understand why they attacked. They only wanted a good bit of well-forged metal just like you. Speaking of which, my son John may be able to replace any equipment you lost in the raid. Check with him inside.
Okay, I will do that.
Welcome to the Black Hammer Forge. The Krug stole most of our wares, but you won't get a better deal on what we got left. What can I show you today?
Well, what can I show you? I will be selling most of the stuff I got. So, meat, shock. I will go over this the next episode. Hack, staff. We could save if we ever find a mage in this town. That I will keep. We could sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell the weathered staff. Shock. Hack. Shock. Fire poker. And metal buckler. I want that later. Now, I will see what he shall be later.
Thanks for coming by. Come back again soon.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will end this episode here. Before we end this episode, I want to recap. So, we went from the crypts until here, in Stonebridge, where this is where the real game starts. If any new players decided to come along and follow this journey, welcome to one of the most fantastic games ever. And if you're just here to watch the episodes and probably have played it before, you're welcome to enjoy it as well. But for now, goodbye.